stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. NTG in the building. My guy. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
First ever interview.
Yes, sir.
What do you feel like, before I start asking questions, right? Because obviously I want this to be about people getting to know who you are. What do you feel like is one thing that people keep commenting, asking, or like wanting to know about you?
To be honest, I don't really know. I just see, I don't really be paying attention too much to that, but I see people supporting the music and shit.
Okay.
Feel me? Yeah.
They don't be asking like, where's he from, this, that?
Stuff like that. People have like doubts and shit, like where I'm from and like, you know, shit like that.
Let's squash that. Where you from originally?
I'm from the Bronx.
You're from the Bronx?
Yeah.
But your ethnicity is?
I grew up I'm Dominican. Like my parents is Dominican.
Okay.
My mom was born in Puerto Rico.
Okay, so you have Puerto Rican, half Dominican.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But my mom was born in Puerto Rico, but one of her parents was Dominican.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like a quarter.
Yeah, I'm mixed up with everything. I got some Cuban in there too.
That sounds real New York, right?
Yeah,
you feel
right?
me? Like a little bit, if you from New York and you like Spanish, you got a
mix
little
from
bit of
everywhere.
everything in you. Like
For
I know
real.
I'm Puerto Rican, but I know that there's some other shit down the line back there. One of my friends was like Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican. This like a little.
It's usually
again,
like that when you from out here, yeah.
a little bit of everything, man. But you've been going crazy this year, man. First of all, congratulations on everything.
Thank you, bro.
First
Appreciate
and foremost. But I want to go back to like the very beginning of like, you know, you starting the music. So you're obviously out here in New York, right?
Yeah.
When did you kind of first start gaining an interest in maybe wanting to pursue a career in
Music?
making music? Yeah.
I started rapping like middle of 2019. I used to rap in English, and then like I didn't really drop that much music. I probably dropped like 3 songs on SoundCloud in English. They did okay, like, but then like 2021, I started like messing around with the Spanglish, and then I just started fucking with it. I dropped the first song 6 months ago in the Spanglish, yeah.
And then that from there was just like
People been fucking with it.
Why do you think for you people were fucking more with the Spanglish than the English? You just think, because oftentimes what I be thinking is just like the Spanish community is a lot stronger and a lot more supportive.
That's definitely it. And 2 is like people just want to hear something different. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to try to find something that's not out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I used to be funny because I be telling like a lot of the kids from New York who I interview who are Spanish. I'd be like, y'all should just start making some Spanish music too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like the one thing, and even like in the smaller Spanish markets, and then when you even look at the bigger artists, like, you know, the Bad Bunnies, the Alphas of the world, like they all support each other a lot.
Yeah, you got a lot of support.
Like average hip hop, you know, the average hip hop artist.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Like I started dropping music, and all like the people that make that type of music, they started hitting me up and doing features and stuff like that. Like it was pretty quick.
Right. Like we'll get into the features because, you know, you've worked with some people who've been on the show, some people who I know too. But do you feel like also when you started dropping, you know, like you said, you saw that increase in support, but did you also see that increase of support from like the islands too? Like, you know, because when you look at the back end, you can see where people are like listening from.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Like,
you saw that too?
DR is showing us a lot of love right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you got to
Spain
go
a little bit too?
Spain?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? So many artists who do Spanish music who are from New York or from the tri-state, they come here and they're like, yo, my biggest audience is Spain. Was that a little wacky for you when you first saw that? You're like. What?
I mean, I kind of understand it. Like, I done heard from other people that told me like Spain is like a big market, especially if you do Spanish trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Spain is still one of like my developing markets.
It's not the highest.
Yeah.
The highest is like what, America or DR?
It's between like DR probably number 1 and then the US right after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you got to go back to DR?
Not yet.
To see what it was like? Okay. No, not yet.
We planning on going soon.
Like to do a show or something like that?
Yeah. Maybe not even do a show. Just, you know, go over there.
Try to get some work done.
Yeah.
Because I think it hits different because, like, obviously being from New York is, like, you know, and doing the music here is, like, accepted in one way, but then going back over there, that's when I feel like you really get the sense of, like, the impact of, like, what you're creating. When
and
you
people tell me that I'm litter over there than over here.
For real?
Yeah, like, a lot of people call me from over there, like, yo, you lit over here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think, because, you know, I've had a bunch of artists from the Tri-State who make Spanish music come on the show. Like, what do you think it's going to take for the community and the support to kind of mirror or be like what it is back home? You know?
You mean out here?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's growing. I feel like we're getting there. Like, you know, it's just more people start dropping music, that type of music, the community will grow.
Right.
Yeah.
It's getting there slowly but surely.
getting there, yeah.
You know, but we're talking about some of the features. So like, I saw you did the record with Tivi. I seen you, fuck with Nelly Nelz. Like, did all these kind of start coming about when you started blowing up, or did you know some of them from before?
Nah, I really didn't know anybody from before. Like after that first song, I don't know, Doba Montana.
Yeah.
You heard of him? Yeah. So Doba Montana was the one that like shared it. The first song. It had like an hour out. I don't know him or nothing. He just shared it. Yeah, he liked it. So shout out to him. After that, like I just started working with different people, and that's how those features came about. Yeah.
But it's cool because it's like, I think Nelly and I, we was talking about it when he was here. He similar to like what we were just saying, where it's about creating like that community in New York, because it's like if you want things to mirror how they are with like, even like some of the other Spanish artists who, are more well known or bigger, like from the islands, like, like I mentioned the Bad Bunnies and the Alphas of the world. It's about creating like that sense of community.
Yeah, they work with each other.
Yeah, they work with each other too. So do you feel like now like that's starting to grow a little bit more for you with everything that you've been doing with everybody?
Yeah, for sure. Like everybody working with each other, that's just gonna grow the movement.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we currently like cooking up right now? Like what are we working on?
Right now we just dropped something yesterday. Yeah, we dropped something yesterday with Foreign Tech. I don't know if you
yeah, no Foreign Tech. Yeah,
so that's just fire. It's called Salidas on YouTube right now. The next song we're planning on dropping is with Amenazi. It's a reggaeton.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough. And I already know that the people was like, have you been teasing that one or no?
Nah, not really. I don't really like teasing songs like that. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like when you hear it in the teaser, I feel like I already heard the song.
Right.
It's not. It don't have the element of surprise. You feel me?
Are you like self-conscious a little bit about your music, like especially like with the reggaeton record and kind of?
What do you mean?
Like, are you self-conscious about? Like, are you like nervous about when you?
Nah, not really. I just like thinking everything out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Like having an actual plan to release it.
Yeah, not even really necessarily a plan, but just like attack the way to release it, like so that people pay attention to it. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Like make it come out in a way that like people be like, yo, that new NTG, y'all heard that shit? That shit,
exactly. You feel me?
fire.
And it works as marketing too, not really teasing them or like making a big announcement that I dropped them because people are like, yo, this thing just dropped something.
You feel me? Do you have do we have a project on the way? We just sticking with singles? What are
we're gonna do a project at the beginning of this year coming up.
Of 2024?
EP. Yeah.
Okay, word. Do you have a name for it yet?
Probably Need to Be Great.
Need to Be Great.
Yeah, most likely. I might change that. I don't know, but yeah.
I mean, I mean, hey, look, bro, I already know. We're working on a project. I changed the name like 5 times already, so I already
be like that.
But you're gonna have the EP, so is it all gonna be Spanglish, reggaeton, like trap?
Yeah,
like, what are
like Spanglish and mix it up. Throw dembow in there, some reggaeton, mostly trap though.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
Do you have any other, I guess, collaborations or features in the works with maybe non-Spanish like artists?
Non-Spanish artists? Not really, no, not
Just
yet.
sticking within the community?
Yeah, no, but I'm planning on doing that. Like, I have hip-hop songs. I have songs with, like, a hook in English and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for, like, the right people, to
come around.
Yeah.
But I like how you're approaching things, because even kind of like seeing the videos that you've been dropping and what you've been putting out there, it looks very strategic. It's not just like, oh, I'm just dropping just to drop. It's like, there's, like, actually, like, a cadence and like, a rhythm to, like, what you're doing and how you're doing it, too.
And it's crazy because it's not really intentional. We really just... I'm going through the motions. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I be telling my people? It's a feeling sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I believe. Like
somebody was like, why do you drop? Somebody the other day was like, why don't y'all plan shit out like a certain way like this? I'm like, sometimes the feeling just be stronger than like the let's have this type of plan.
Yeah. I like when I started out, I kind of had a plan, but then stuff started going better than planned. You know, so I stopped planning. Yeah, I'm like.
Then you just kind of like, I think I might drop next week.
Yeah.
Type shit.
I feel the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like. I feel like now's the right time to drop. You gotta like what you said. You gotta have a feel for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you feel like? You're talking about like rapping in Spanglish. Like, who are like artists that you listened to growing up that you feel like inspired like this sound that you have curated and created?
All of them, bro. Really, like I listened to all types of music growing up. Like,
well, who played the most in your household? How about that?
My mom used to play a lot of Shakira.
Okay.
Yeah. Pitbull was a big influence too, like in the Spanglish stuff. Yeah, and hip hop, like I used to listen to a lot of hip hop, like Wayne, shit like that. And mostly hip hop influences, and then everything really, bro. I don't listen to everything.
I feel like people don't give Pitbull his flowers enough.
I feel like that too, but he was huge, bro.
Yeah,
he used to make hits
still
for
is.
real. Yeah, he used to do it in both languages too.
Like you ever seen because when I used to work like for like well I still work for iHeart, but when I ran like social media accounts, they had me work like the concerts out at Jones Beach. So it would be funny watching Pitbull headline the concerts and me not seeing a single Spanish person in the crowd.
When we were headlining the concerts? For
Yeah,
real?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I never
yeah.
been to one of his concerts.
Yeah, well, like that's some of his concerts, but like the concert that I worked for, that they had me do social media for at the time, was primarily like the audience was mostly like white people.
Yeah, 'cause he was mainstream.
Because he was mainstream,
Yeah.
but it was funny going to that show and seeing him and Enrique like doing these performances and rapping in Spanish and English, and then looking at the crowd. I'm like, bro, there is no one like me in this crowd. It is blowing my eyes.
That's funny, but that's good. That means they were able to take it out of just the Latin community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that's why people I like that you said that, because I don't think anybody that at least I've interviewed has ever said Pitbull, and I feel like I'm always like, yo, Pitbull was one of the biggest artists in the world at one point. Like people really sleep on how big Pitbull was,
I don't know
and
why.
still is.
I remember. Yeah.
And he still be touring off that shit
Pitbull's
too.
huge. Of course, I could imagine, bro. He was huge, and he had hits in both languages. That's what's cool.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine, man. Well, I like that for
Yeah,
you.
that's
Well, look,
fine.
EP on the way, so make sure y'all look out for that at the top of the year. By the time the people
Yes,
see this,
sir.
the freestyle's out right now, so go check that out. Go show that some love. Before we get up out of here, brother, anything else you want the people know where they can follow you at, all that good stuff? Now's the time to do it. This camera on the right here.
Follow me on Instagram, NTGBX, YouTube, NTGBX. You already know, El Nuevo Fucking Norte. Appreciate you having me, bro.
My God, love, man. Well, make sure you go check out everything he has out now. Go run up that freestyle. Go show us some love. Go show us support. Love is free. Support is free. But y'all already knew that. Till next time, NTG on the radar. We out. Bow.
Yes, sir.